Hey everyone, it's John here from Hot Take Hockey, back with another video, and this video is going to be my 2020 Stanley Cup preview and prediction. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, smash that like button, and leave your thoughts in the comment section with your predictions, with which players you think are going to be huge. I'm going to get right into my prediction, just with a little preview here. It's going to be a very straightforward video. You guys know I'll be live for every single Stanley Cup final game. I've been live throughout the playoffs. It's crazy to see, just how the bubble started August 1st, the first of the play-in rounds, and then now we're getting into the later parts of September and the Stanley Cup finals. So the Dallas Stars, I think for this team specifically, they are probably the underdog in terms of just the two teams, but they shouldn't be an underdog in my opinion. They've had major inconsistencies. They didn't look good in the round robin, but they're a team that's always been, I would say, a team to look out for. A team that has all the pieces. They have two great goaltenders when they're on. Bishop's obviously struggled with his injuries, but Hudobin's come in and made some noise. For me, I think they have a really solid top four defense. They have a solid defense in general. They have two studs on that defense, and they have a great forward group. They have a top-heavy forward group along with the depth, along with guys that have come in and done their part. And I think for the Dallas Stars, they were a team that I said to watch out for at the start of the year, but did I think they were going to make the Stanley Cup final? No. And I will be making videos on why both of these teams can respectively make that run or complete that run through this cup final and win that Stanley Cup. I should have made the video for the Lightning way earlier, and I was supposed to. The Dallas Stars, for me, they're a team that I don't think many expected to be here. So I also just quickly wanted to talk about some lines to look out for, some players to look out for. I'm going to talk about this more in another video, in a Conn Smythe watch video and stuff like that. So look out for other videos. Anything I didn't talk about in this, more videos are going to come. I'm going to be making videos on why the Lightning and Stars respectively can win the Stanley Cup. So I just want to look at the Lightning line: Yanni Gourde, Barclay Goodrow, Blake Coleman. Goodrow and Coleman, two guys that a lot of people said they overpaid for, but have brought in and have been huge role players. And you know what? I think for the Lightning, it was just Brisbois, genius. I think, you know what, you can crap on the overpaid price, but at the end of the day, if you have a cup to show for, it doesn't matter if you gave up a first-round pick for a third liner. If that guy ends up being a huge piece for your Stanley Cup run, you'd gladly give up a first-round pick. That's what you're doing. You're building a team to get a Stanley Cup. So I think that line, obviously outside of the obvious line of Point, Kucherov, and Palat, and if Stamkos comes in the picture, but that line for me is something to watch out for, to continue to watch out for. They've been great in the playoffs. And for the Stars, I think the duo of Gurianov and Pavelski, we got to keep looking out for that. Outside of the top line, if they have Ben, Sagan, Radulov, time on the power play or time on 5-on-5, if that line's together, that's obviously a huge point for the Stars. But the duo of Pavelski, Gurianov, they've been huge in the playoffs. They've been gems, man. They've been a huge difference maker for this Dallas Stars team. Outside of, the big three and the guys that they've previously had, Gurianov stepping on the scene and scoring clutch goals on top of the signing of Pavelski, who's had struggles this season. I think they've been huge. So I just wanted to list some players that, maybe are not talked about enough, but, the Yanni Gourde, Goudreau, and Coleman line have been huge to the Lightning. And then I think it's been talked about enough at this point now, but Pavelski and Gurianov are, for anyone that hasn't realized yet, have been super clutch for this team. When we're talking about potentially Steven Stamkos coming back, and I still don't think enough people have talked about Vasilevsky. I understand, he didn't have the greatest season in the whole span of the season. He really struggled in the first half, and I think there's been better storylines. Hudobin's been the better storyline throughout these playoffs, but I do think Vasilevsky's a guy that could stand on his head in these Cup final games. And like I said, do I think the Dallas Stars have that star potential? 100%. And a guy like Heiskanen, he's one of my favorite defensemen to watch. But the Lightning have these established guys. They've been going through this since 2015. And they know now from their mistakes and how to fix them. So I think for the Lightning, if their stars can step up along with the depth that they already have, then they probably have that advantage. I think you always see that consistency, that pressure from the Lightning. I do think the Stars probably have that, I would say, bigger veteran aspect with guys like Pavelski or Jamie Benn, like that grizzled aspect. I'm just looking at a guy like Jamie Benn who can be just an absolute truck and he has that experience. Same thing with Pavelski. Pavelski's gone through it. He's gone through the ringer. He's been in the Stanley Cup Finals. So I'd give that aspect maybe to the Stars. And I think for a guy like Hudobin, he's just, man, a great story. And I think right now, Hudobin's probably the reason why the Stars are here, at least on the surface. I think obviously there's a lot of other reasons, but with Ben Bishop down and out, I don't think anyone predicted that Hudobin was going to come in and be a center point of this team. So I think both these teams are deserving of being here. I'm just going to say that straight out. I think the Stars have been an absolute great story. But as I said at the start, I think the Stars were a team that were either going to get eliminated in the first round or make the Cup final. And after the first round, I'm going to link the video at the end of this if you don't believe me. Like, I predicted the Stars and Lightning were going to be in the Stanley Cup final. After the first round, a second chance bracket, that was my prediction. So right now, as I look at it, I think the Stars are deserving to be here. I think the Lightning are deserving to be here. They've been through the ringer. And my overall prediction for this series is I think it's going to go to 7. And I think I'm going to stay with my prediction of what I had in my second chance bracket, whatever you want to call it, and go with the Lightning in 7. So that's no disrespect to the Stars. I think the Stars can definitely win this series, but I'm going to stick with what I had in that second chance bracket. And I do think the Lightning, as I said at the start of the year, I think they were going to go back for a run. And obviously they lost to the Caps in the conference final, and then last year gets swept to the Blue Jackets. And this year, the Cup final, and they're trying to steal the deal. So, I mean, I think both teams can win here, but I'll go Lightning in 7. I think this series, it would be a lot of fun. And we didn't get to see a Game 7 in the conference finals. I think in the Stanley Cup final, after seeing a few in the second round, we'll potentially see a Game 7. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. Smash that like button. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. This was John from Hockey. Have a good one. Peace out.